The scale of this pencil is truly breathtaking when you see it up close in the light.
To create a pencil of this magnitude, we first need to travel to the heart of an ancient forest, where the cedars grow to sizes that defy imagination.
The sheer scale of this lumber requires specialized equipment, as a single trunk here weighs as much as a small apartment building.
With a thunderous crash, the raw material for our project is finally on the ground.
Now, we begin the process of milling, carving out a perfectly rectangular block from the heart of this giant tree. Precision is key. We are extracting a single, solid piece of cedar that will form the body of the world's largest pencil. Technology meets nature. Lasers ensure that the grain is perfectly straight for maximum structural integrity. This massive circular saw is custom built to slice through the toughest cedar like a hot knife through butter. The base of our pencil is ready. It is thick enough to hold the weight of a truck. Transporting this giant to the workshop is an operation that takes hours of careful planning. Moving towards the destination, we are creating history by crafting the world's most impressive writing instrument.
Finally, we arrive at the assembly facility, a building large enough to house this monster. This workbench is reinforced with steel to support the immense weight of the cedar. The foundation is set. The preparation phase is complete, and now the true crafting begins. To create a core that won't break under pressure, we start with thousands of pounds of high-grade graphite, refined and purified to absolute perfection.
The mixture is then forced through a high-pressure extruder, shaping the core into a perfectly cylindrical giant rod.
This process requires extreme heat to cure the graphite, turning the soft paste into a rock-solid, durable writing instrument. Precision cooling is vital. We use nitrogen to ensure the graphite maintains its integrity and straightness throughout. Every millimeter is inspected. Any deviation in the diameter would ruin the balance of our massive pencil. The core is now complete. It is smooth, perfectly weighted, and ready to be cased within the cedar body.
Handling this piece requires extreme caution. Even a minor impact could cause the entire core to shatter into pieces.
We are now combining the two main components. The graphite sits perfectly in the groove of our giant cedar slab.
A specialized high-tensile adhesive is applied, ensuring that the wood and graphite become one solid structure.
The top half is perfectly aligned. This is the moment where we seal the core inside its wooden casing forever. Enormous hydraulic clamps are activated, applying tons of pressure to create an unbreakable bond.
We let the structure cure for hours, ensuring that the pencil will be strong enough to withstand any writing surface.
The bond is locked. We now have a solid, massive block ready to be carved into the world's biggest pencil. Now, we transform this raw, rectangular block into the iconic hexagonal shape of a pencil, using industrial-grade precision milling. The computer-controlled router removes thousands of pounds of excess cedar with millimeter precision. As we carve away the sides, the characteristic hexagonal profile begins to emerge from the rough timber. The machine rotates the massive beam, ensuring perfectly symmetrical angles on every side. Cleanliness is vital for accuracy. Massive vacuums clear the path so the cutters can work without obstruction. After hours of continuous cutting, the raw beam is now clearly recognizable as the body of our giant pencil. Now, we begin the polishing phase to ensure the surface is as smooth as glass. Precision sanding removes any microscopic imperfections, creating a uniform, professional finish. A final layer of protective wax is applied to bring out the deep, rich colors of the ancient cedar. At this point, it looks like a giant column, a true masterpiece of modern woodwork. Perfect alignment. Every edge is perfectly straight, and the weight is perfectly distributed. The body is ready. Next, we move to the final challenge, crafting the giant lead point. The structure is sound. We are moments away from unveiling the world's most impressive writing instrument. Now, we reach the most critical stage, the sharpening. A giant custom-built lathe begins the delicate process of carving the conical point of our massive pencil with extreme precision. Notice the texture of the cedar. Each shaving reveals the deep, rich grain of the ancient timber, demonstrating the sheer quality of the wood we selected at the start. As the lathe continues its rotation, the geometry of the point begins to take shape, turning a flat-ended beam into a perfect, razor-sharp writing tool. To ensure perfection, we use industrial lasers to map the cone, verifying that the angle is mathematically flawless for the best possible writing performance. The graphite core begins to reveal itself. We must be incredibly careful now, as the tip is brittle and requires precise, gentle handling to avoid any fractures. A final, gentle buffing of the graphite tip ensures it is smooth, allowing it to glide across paper without any friction or scratching. The sharpening is complete. The result is a monumental feat of engineering, turning a giant block of wood into a functional work of art. We carefully release the clamps, allowing our giant creation to stand on its own for the very first time in this process.
It stands tall, balanced, and ready. The scale of this pencil is truly breathtaking when you see it up close in the light.
We don't forget the details. A custom-molded, giant rubber eraser is fitted to the end, completing the iconic look of the pencil. When you see it next to a human, the sheer proportions become clear. This is truly the world's biggest pencil. With the lighting set, we are now ready to demonstrate its power in the final reveal of this monumental project. The stage is set. Our journey to build the world's biggest pencil has reached its peak, and now it's time for the final performance. The moment of truth has arrived. We are about to put our creation to the ultimate test, writing with the world's largest pencil, a feat never before attempted. As the graphite meets the paper, it glides with the smoothness of silk, leaving a mark that can be seen from across the warehouse. It requires immense strength and precision to control this behemoth, as every stroke demands careful synchronization between the machine and the human operators. A perfect circle, drawn with the largest instrument on Earth. It proves that size does not compromise the quality of the art. And just like a standard pencil, even this giant version is fully functional, complete with a massive eraser that cleans away any mistakes. Months of hard work, engineering challenges, and thousands of gallons of sweat have led us to this singular, triumphant achievement.
From an ancient forest to this finished masterwork, every detail has been crafted with the goal of pushing the boundaries of what is possible.
It is not just a pencil, it is a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless desire to build the extraordinary. Standing here, looking down at this giant, it is impossible not to feel a sense of wonder at the scale of our ambition. We will preserve this giant, allowing it to serve as a reminder that with enough determination, any dream can become a reality. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. You have seen history in the making. This was an epic challenge, but we couldn't have done it without your support. Every like and subscription keeps these giant projects alive.
We are already brainstorming the next big thing, the world's biggest eraser to match this pencil. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss the reveal.
Until next time, stay curious and keep building big.